cue?
There you go. I need to hear that cue to start talking. That is my cue to say, how you doing? It's the Daily Landsblog here. That would mean that I am Michael Landsberg, trying to let you into my life. Not because I think you really want to know about my life, but because I think that the more personal you and I are, the more we feel like we understand each other, the more we help each other. So I'm going to let you into something very important in my life, and it is this. This is, in most houses, would be the cookie jar, but this is not called a cookie jar here. This is called the Jucoky jar. Now, you might think, Jucoky, what's he talking about? Years ago, I was working at TSN, and a guy named Jeff Mather was my buddy, and I brought in these cookies, and they're called Mandelbrot, which is an old sort of Jewish tradition, but this was updated with all kinds of chocolate chips. They're amazing cookies. So I said, you got to try this Mandelbrot, and he tried it, and he loved it. And about a week later, he said to me, so what about those Jew cookies? And it stuck. So hence the Jew cookies. Now, here's the challenge with this. This cookie jar, sometimes you want to go in the cookie jar and you don't want other people to know that you're doing it. There's a real challenge to this, because if you just pick it up, well, I mean, that was a pretty good example of it. It makes noise. So I have figured a way, actually, tell me if you can hear it. Case, come in here. Come in tight. Tell me if you can hear anything here. Oh, no! Everyone knows I'm taking it. Anyway, so that's, this is a Jew cookie here. You can see it kind of looks like a biscotti, the Italian cookie, but it's better than that. And it's chock full of chocolate chips and chock full of Jewish goodness. So I was thinking about the idea of, and I'm tying it into this, when you struggle, do you eat or do you not eat? What are you laughing at, Case?
It's really bad lighting.
Terrible lighting?
Back. Back
Terrible
up.
lighting. No, not terrible lighting. I'm hideous. No. So I guess is it still bad, Case? Really?
It's not that bad.
Okay. How about now? Is this better? Okay. So what I meant was, are you when you're down and you're sort of in the hole, do you eat or do you not eat? I think most of us go one way or the other. I remember for me, when I was at my worst in 2008, I didn't eat, and I started losing weight. And I thought to myself, how come people aren't saying to me, are you okay? And it was bizarre, because I hosted the show every single day, and not once did anyone say, are you okay, until just near the end. And when I say the end, I mean the time when I realized that I was in this horrible position and that I had to go for help. And a couple of guests on the show, Jim Thompson and Adam Bennett, two former NHLers. If you've never heard of them, maybe that explains why OTR isn't on the air anymore, because we got guests who you'd never heard of. But they took me aside and said, are you okay? And I said, why? And they said, because you look terrible. And I thought it was obvious to the world. So are you an eater or a not eater when you struggle? Do you turn to food for comfort, or do you turn away from food for comfort? I have found myself turning away from food, but that's just me. We all have ways to cope. We all have ways to deal with it. And sometimes we do it better than other times. SickNotWeak.com is where we are at 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 360, how many, Case? What are you laughing at? Is it bad lighting again?
No, it's perfect.
Oh, okay. Really? I'm going to hate this, aren't I? I'm going to hate this. I wanted to say that SickNotWeak is expanding. We are looking at all kinds of new ways that we can reach out to you. It was kind of like we launched and I think we've kind of hit a plateau, and now it's time to really go after more. And I want to know your thoughts. So reach out to me, michael.landsberg@sicknotweak.com, and tell me how you think we can be even more relevant. And I'm just moving over here into the bad lighting. Yes, don't look at me. But to get, what is this? What is this? It's a Jew cookie, and it is, as I said, chock filled with Jewish goodness.